So how you feeling today, bro?
Good.
All right. So it's another beautiful day in Endicott. Oh, hold on, I turned off the mic by mistake. Oh yeah, there you go. It's another beautiful day in Endicott. This is John, and this is John Aquarius channel, and it's another topic. Musa, what is it? John and Musa hour. I got Basim L, my man Musa, and we're just gonna talk about what we're gonna talk about, bro. What is it?
Give me that mic. Listen. What do you think about ugly women? Like, would you date them? Would you marry one of them? Would you make a mistake and have a kid by one of them? Me personally, because they say babies and monkeys are cute. So I was always told I was cute. So I used to go by the baby monkey thing. You know what I mean? But one thing I did notice that I used to call them easy victims. Fat girls and ugly girls. Because I remember one day we went to Long Beach, Long Island. And something happened where I got paused. And everybody linked up. So by the time I got out of the car, everybody had their hand around a girl. So I'm sitting there like, I must have missed out. Like, where's my chick at? Where's she at, right? All of a sudden, like, she was huge. But she had like hazel pretty eyes. She had like gloss on her lip. She had that pretty perky mouth. Face was good. Hair was real. She was huge. The first thing she get in the car, she was like, I'm sitting next to her, so because she's big, she's taller than me when we sitting down. So I'm thinking, dang, that padded. She was like, whose baby is this? I'm like, I said, ain't you missing on the milk cart? So I said, oh, all right, you trying to be funny. Guess what? I got some Twinkies. She said, what that supposed to do? At least give me a peek or something. So she was like, don't take more than Twinkie. I'll get you the whole box, shorty. So the whole ride we was talking, I wound up hitting it off because her father died. He was a trucker, and he left her all the money. We were going to the store, and I see a Louis bag. Yeah, I'm going way back. And I be like, damn, I like that bag. I go back out. I go to another store. She'll go in that store and get the bag for me. She got me a credit card, was paying a bill. Like I had it made. Matter of fact, she almost broke my back the first time we had sex. We was doing it. Bruh. It was amazing. Did you understand what I'm saying to you? I never ever, the realization of it, I bust in everything. Have you ever had crease fat? You never had no crease fat? You gotta kill yourself. Wait. I wasn't even in. I was in some fat. It was good.
You was in the middle of the crease?
It was, bruh. I asked her how was it. She said, how was what?
You ain't in there yet.
Oh. So when I started to put it in, she was like, she started pushing her legs back, and I'm, you know how you in a military position, right? Felt like Jason Voorhees was bending me backwards. I was like, yo, listen, if you stop pushing and stop hurting.
Well, she was on top of you?
No, I didn't want to die. So I was on top, and when she stopped pushing, I slid it in, and then from that point on, I guess because I was the first, she's in love. But she was and my twin's mother's big. My twin's mother's so fat that my ex-roommate, now my landlord, seen her one day. I said, she wasn't always that fat. You know what he said? She always was fat. He said she don't have no ankles. She don't have no wrists. She's a huge blah, 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 blah.
Ugly woman.
Yo, there was another girl I went with. She was ugly. I'm talking about from the neck down, you'd be like, oh my God. Like everything was thick, everything was right, everything was just put together. From the face up,
Yeah.
you ain't gonna never want your denial like Christ. Every time somebody, yo, that's your girl?
But nobody knows what you're saying when you're doing the facial gestures. Like, what do you mean?
He says nobody knows what I'm saying for the facial gesture. Every time we start the show, he messes up.
Just saying what you're saying. Just describe what you're talking about. Like,
and then he had a half a broadcast, and he
bro,
had the mic off.
Get back on the topic. What I'm saying.
Getting back on the topic.
Describe what you're saying. Then.
I've had I'm saying no without saying it with my mouth, using my hands. Plenty of ugly, plenty of, because it became an easy thing. I would just be like, oh, okay. And yo, you're right. They treat. I had a big girl go, yo, skinny girl can't do this. You were thinking, yes, they can, but I ain't gonna tell you that. The ugly chick was on top. and she was going for it, bro. Like the Genuine song, My Pony. She was going all out. And I looked up and I seen her face, and I started making my face, and she said, "Oh, it must be feeling good. Look at you making face." I couldn't even look back up at her because she was so ugly that it was killing my whole mood. You never been with an ugly one?
Yeah, I had a few ugly women, but my whole thing was I didn't really get into being with ugly women until I got older. When I was young, when I was a teenager, when I was in my early 20s and 30s, I wasn't trying to get with no ugly girls. Because see, back then, we was taught, we grew up thinking that everything had to look good. Everything is physical.
Clothes,
The physical aspect of the person,
socks,
how they look, how they wear their hair,
Yeah.
and all of these are stereotypes.
Yeah.
But when you really look at a person from the inside out, and you really look at their heart, whether they look like Frankenstein's monster or not, if they got a genuine heart and a good spirit and a good brain,
Actually, that makes them look attractive.
Hmm?
Sometimes ugly. If anybody who's unattractive, I'm sorry because I got candy in my mouth. Finish what you said. I just wanted to be. You just go.
John goggling with balls again.
You want to say something about her?
Let your brother say something about ugly women. Yeah. How you feel about ugly women?
I got candy in my mouth. Don't be trying to say gargling.
Sure as candy. He juggling with balls again.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I think there's somebody out there for everybody, right?
Yeah.
But for me, ugly women, a lot of them have heads on their shoulders, as opposed to pretty women. You know what I mean? It's what you like, who you comfortable with.
I agree with
You
that.
know what I mean? I've had an ugly woman in my lifetime, and I didn't see me being with her longevity, and she would turn me off sometimes. But like I said, there's somebody out there for everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody needs love, and I'm out.
That's nice. I like that.
I think John's got the balls out of his mouth.
Yeah. Just a cap over here. Anyway, that was my man L. Just talking, just giving us dropping some knowledge about dating women. But I was just trying to just finish up with just saying sometimes sometimes if somebody's unattractive, their personality can bring through it. You know what I'm saying? If they have a good personality, whether they're funny, they're very intelligent. Like I used to always be interested in nerd women. Because that's my thing that I find attractive. Very intelligent women, to me, that brings through a lot of it. And so just like that, it's just like in the end, you don't know how, you might not be physically appealing, but if you work on your personality, that might ring through the whole thing. So it's just, I just wanted to just, top on what you were saying about it.
That's definitely real. But now there's a flip side to that. There's a flip side to that coin. Because now you got pretty women who's not drop dead gorgeous, but they act like monsters. They don't have compassion or nothing. It's all about them. It's all about what they want.
Stink attitude.
It's the attitude, the swinging their head and popping their fingers. No. So it's really like the brother said. It's what you like, because you may have some brothers that like that. You may have some brothers that like those sassy women like that. And me personally, I don't. That's not my type of sister that I would go after. I like we would say continental women. I like women that have good. They don't have to have a good job, but they gotta carry themselves like a goddess, like a queen. And that's the type of woman I go, whoa, I look at her. She don't have to have on tight clothes, revealing stuff. No, I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for a woman that considers herself a queen, carries herself like that, dresses that way, and she'll definitely get my attention.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just going back to when we were younger, like when you're younger, you're not really thinking about who you're just trying to see how many women you're trying to score with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you're not really thinking like inner personality, stuff like that.
Yeah, we don't think like that when we're young.
But like, when I was younger, there would be times that I would mess with somebody that's unattractive. But what bothered me is that when other people got wind that you were messing with them.
The
And that's
peer
actually
pressure
when
of
it,
it.
yeah, well, not even just that. It's just like it started becoming a rule where it's like I shouldn't mess with, because I feel, this is how I feel. I shouldn't mess with somebody that I don't feel like I'm going to be embarrassed in public with, because I think it's kind of like it's a bad on yourself and the person, because who wants to be with somebody that doesn't want to be around them when they're walking in the streets? You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. And I feel bad for the person. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't want to be like, we're messing around, but every time you see me in the streets, I'm not waving my hands to you. I'm trying to like hide and stuff. I feel bad for that person. So it's just, that was what I was thinking about. Just like, the other person's, being in the other person's foot. Because I'm not freaking Rock Hudson or freaking any, Denzel Washington face. Like,
Facts!
There you go. I look more like
James
Musa. I
Earl Jones.
look more like Musa, like over here.
He said James Earl Jones.
But I'm just saying.
He like James Earl Jones.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, but I'm just saying for myself, finding definitely. But like I'm just saying for myself, I just think I just started reflecting, because reason why I brought this up is because just recently
You got an ugly woman?
a woman hit me up, and she was like, she was she's unattractive. I don't find her attractive, and she was like really wanted to come around and wanted to come over my place, but like I thought about it, because I don't want her to be sitting on my porch. I don't want her coming around my place, and I'm like, and I feel bad because I don't want to. If I don't feel comfortable about you being around me,
Oh, he got a house. He's talking about a porch.
Yeah.
I don't. I feel bad. I don't. It's not a house. It's not a house. It's an apartment. But I just feel bad if for herself.
Let me ask you, why you keep her around?
I don't keep her around. She just came around. She just started. She started hitting me up.
She'd have got the vitamin D. I don't care. Listen, I must have not been raised right. You know what I mean? First, I had the shallow Hal thing with my aunt. My aunt said, "Listen, you disrespecting them fat girls, them ugly girls. The one of them might treat you better than them pretty girls you be trying to chase after."
That's right.
Yeah, I understand. But the only thing I like is that I've had a fat girl hold her leg up in the air and be like, "Skinny B can't do this," and I be thinking, yes, they can, but I ain't gonna tell you.
You keep going back to the shallow part. I'm just saying.
Listen. I mean, we were young, and I was trying to rack up numbers, and what the neighborhoods I was in, there was a lot of uglies and a couple of cuties.
When you're young, you're not thinking about that like that.
We on the same topic?
Yeah,
Actually, to tell you the truth,
ugly or fat.
that mic can pick up even if it's Musa was still holding it.
I'm going with the fat woman. Why? Because the face can make up for her thickness.
Yeah.
And a lot of fat women, you got fat women that take care of you. Not to say that I'm not an independent man, but a fat woman will take care of you. She feels that that's the area where she has to make up for it. But you have pretty fat women out there, most definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But if you fat and you ugly, you can't. Fatness don't make up for being ugly, unattractive. So,
Like I personally think, what's her name? What's her name?
Lizzo
Is
is his
I
girlfriend.
think she's beautiful.
Lizzo,
Yeah, I think Lizzo's
I
beautiful.
don't know.
Glad you think that. She real fat and she sings and raps. And she came to the Lakers game. She came to the Lakers game with a thong on, and everybody talked about it. But she was
I
like,
think I know what we're talking about, though.
I'm comfortable in my skin.
Well, that's her. But a man like me, or a brother like me, or brothers like you won't find that attractive. We'll look at that and we'll lust. We're men. We're gonna lust.
Yeah.
But I mean, is that the kind of woman you want to bring
Right,
home to
picking
your
up
mother
fat
and go,
kids.
"Ma, this is the woman that I'm gonna marry"? No. This is the woman that I'm gonna be with? I don't think so. If I brought some girl like that home to my mother would have looked at me and be like, "Boy, you crazy? You crazy for even bringing her in my house?"
That's how I learned. Yeah, my aunt, one time I was talking to a girl, my uncle was like, "Yo, boy, you know that's a scab, right?" I was like, "Well, I know, I was playing outside. I hurt myself." He said, "No, that's a scab." I said, "I'm asking you where at?" He said, "No, what? We call that a scab. You know what a scab is, right? You pull the dead, nasty skin off to see if the skin underneath is healing." I said, "Damn, a scab?"
Yeah.
But then he had to teach me the difference because I didn't really know. He was like, bro, you know what the.
You see, when I was growing up in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, it was all about the peer pressure. If you walked into the hood with an ugly girl, you can bet your bottom dollar. Your boys that you live in the neighborhood, maybe they gonna be ragging you. You gonna become the ranking man. They gonna rank you out. They gonna be like, yo man, what you doing with that ugly girl? So back then in those days when we were young, we were in our 20s, we were in our late teens. It meant
status and stuff.
It meant more to have a pretty woman because that's what we wanted to look good in front of our homies.
Yeah.
We wanted to look good in front of our homeboys. But as you got older and you start realizing, wait a minute, you know what? It ain't all about being physical pretty face. This girl's got a pretty face, but she treating me like a piece of garbage.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it goes with maturity, and like the other brother said, whatever it is, what you like, what appeals to you, that's the real reason.
I'm sorry. Did you want to say something?
Yeah, I want to say something.
Something ignorant. Say something.
Whatever. I'm about to
you got that ignorant.
better smell like balls. Give me the mic.
You want to get
something real ignorant?
Listen, I was with this Frankenstein's mother's monster. Black Lagoon sister's cousin. Like the whole Swamp Thing's twin brother. I'm telling you.
Oh,
but from the neck down,
twin brother,
I was sitting on. I was living on Man between Hopkinson and Saratoga, and her body was so bad. I seen a car. I seen the dude driving, looking at her butt, not seeing the other car. I've seen the dude look at her and then get up to her neck and go, "Oh," like somebody punched him in the face by mistake. You ever had somebody try to snuff you?
Or have you ever seen somebody you saw from far away that looks good, and you get close to them, and then you realize
the mirror?
Yeah, they realize
the image in the mirror.
I had some.
No, she was ugly far and close up.
Oh, she was ugly.
But her body was amazing.
I had some friends that was real.
Hit it.
That was real cool. I would have hit it too. But I had some friends that was real cool. They would have walked up to her and said, "Excuse me, miss, but you are so beautiful."
Yeah, beautiful.
And she would have been like, "Oh, thank you."
Yeah, you.
But you just got insulted, and you don't even.
You beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah, just your beauty. Just your booty is beautiful. Yeah.
Brutal.
She had like breasts,
Like
everything,
Brutus.
no stomach.
Beautiful.
Yeah, like a brute, like a.
And the funny thing was, lighter.
Oh, lighter.
The funny thing was, she was ugly as a kid. She was ugly as a grown-up too, but her body was so banging. I heard she was actually doing stripping, and I kept going, I don't know how much amount of makeup they're gonna put on your face for you to look better. But I'm guessing they watching your body while you're stripping instead of looking at your face, because they make you go, give me my $1 back. That wasn't for you.
Mm-hmm.
I was with, you know what else too? I was with an alright, fat-looking girl, but the problem was her body would turn me off. Like it was just something too much. It was too much.
Okay.
And I wasn't physically attracted to her.
Okay.
And that was my fault because I became shallow towards the neck. I'm older now, and I wish I had to stay with her because she treated me amazing. Just like, okay, my daughter's mother, I'd be like, can you cook? No. Can you clean? I don't like cleaning. Can you sew? No. What can you do? What you mean? I'm cute. And you thinking, cute can't make me.
That ain't paying the
bill. When we get a camera, everybody in here just squished up their forehead and showed their lines.
I'm trying to figure out what the
and he got the Klingon forehead. No, what's the one with the Black King Klingon?
You're a Klingon looking dude talking to me.
Thank you.
I'm
Anyway, so what was I saying? So you make me
because you're too dumb to remember the last thing you remember.
It just might be possible. But what was I saying though?
I'm not gonna tell you.
All right, I can tell something. I can tell he ain't wiped his butt from the last 2 episodes.
Yeah. Okay.
So you saying to yourself, okay, so how do you figure you're gonna get a man? I'm cute. I'm pretty. How? That's not gonna feed me. That's not gonna fix my pants.
It's not gonna pay the bills.
It's not gonna do nothing. You know what I mean? And beauty does fade. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So what did you have to offer on the table of the relationship?
A lot.
What do you mean?
I just told you,
Right?
a lot.
Well, okay, what is
Look
the
up
lot?
and a lot. Your turn to speak.
No. Well, you said you asked her what she has to offer in the relationship.
Security.
Security, like
Security,
okay, so you would be the
emotional
protector in the house.
security,
You would be the money maker.
all of that. I had to be.
So you figured that she should have the
A
skills.
roof over
But the
her
thing
head.
is, the funny thing
a
is,
roof.
and the funny thing is that she said that she can't do any of these things when all the things that she listed, all it just takes is one effort.
Yes.
Even if you didn't know how to cook, all you have to do is just like learn how to cook.
Yes.
It's not rocket science. It's not like you're trying to like build a
Listen.
rocket or something.
That's crazy.
Listen,
Yeah, he talking, y'all, and he be eating dog food. I caught him last night. We going to the corner store there. And I was like, he ain't even got a dog. Why you buying dog food? And then I felt sorry for him, but I ain't mean
His
to
brother
throw him
loves a
out.
cap.
I ain't mean to throw him out there like that because he bought me some sour cream and onion chips, and I kind of like them a lot. One of them was different. I ain't never heard of that.
Yeah, I
brand
wanted to see
before.
what you thought about the
Yeah, you wanted to let me die first to see if I was going to mutate or some shit.
You already mutated. It's 32 weeks.
Oh, I don't even. His body is I'm mutated. Listen.
Even your how you talking.
Listen. Anyway, man, I'm just saying. Like I've had a lot of young and old, me being older now, ugly and fat women. Matter of fact, before I came to Atlanta, I was in Minnesota. I don't even know if the child is mine. She was fat. When she came out the room butt naked, talking about she was gonna go in the shower, and I seen like her butt was still moving while she was standing there, and then it was just knots and bolts and dents and holes all over her leg and her butt and all that. Then she had a stomach, and then she had a line in the middle by her belly button for another stomach, and then she had side boobs.
This brother is just really detailing about
I'm just saying. And from the back, she had extra thigh meat sticking out between the middle of her thighs and the back.
No.
And it was a little bit too much. I mean, I can understand a little belly. I can understand, you got a little older, you got a little comfortable, but she was just all about round. She had them big ass arms, like if she swung at you, you'd be thinking, if she hit me, we're going to have to fight because it's going to hurt bad. You know what I mean?
She had biceps?
She ain't have biceps. She just had big ass, thick ass arms.
Like she carried a lot of.
I don't know about groceries. She might have been lifting your fat
Yeah,
ass.
you'd have to be strong if you're heavy set. You'd have to also be strong enough to hold that weight around. Yeah, you have to have some kind of strength on that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I wonder if he's talking from experience.
Yeah,
Being almost close to 300 pounds, he carries the weight around like a
You see-
professional 200er.
It's a difference between being full figured. That's a big woman, full figured,
And full figure.
and
Did
round
you see my
obesity. Round obesity, those women need help. Those women, because let's keep it real. Obesity is unhealthy.
obesity is unhealthy.
It's unhealthy. It's a strain on their heart.
On everybody's heart, yeah.
And on everything in their body is going through the suffering because of the weight. They can barely walk. It's not a healthy thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got full figure. I love a full figure woman. Give me a full figure woman any day. I seen some sexy, good looking, slimmer women too, but full figure women just do it for me. That's my choice. But when you start talking about obese, that's a whole different level now.
I've had obese. And a beast. I've had obese. I've had. Oh my God! Bruh, we had went to White Castles. You remember White Castles?
White Castles still exists.
She
so
said, "Yo, let me get 20 burgers and 10 of those burgers, right?" When she turned over and looked at me and said, "What do you want?"
20 burgers.
And 10 with cheese.
So
She said, "What do you want?" None of that was for me. I
So
said,
you took the girl to White Castle.
No. Well, we was in Long Island, so
She
she
drove
drove to White Castle.
And y'all went to White Castle.
Yes.
She rolled up to the window.
Yes.
And she ordered 20 burgers.
20 regular burgers and 10 with cheese.
And that was just for
That's
her.
30
alone.
burgers.
Oh, I thought it was 10 and 10.
No,
No,
bro.
you said 20 regular burgers.
And 10 with cheese.
And then with cheese.
Wow.
And then looked over and said,
What do you want?
Wow.
Yeah, I was like,
That's
yo, I
that's
can't get 5 of those
That
10.
girl?
Yo, what's no? She was, oh, beast. Like,
God damn.
but I'm telling you, man, it would be the weirdest. Yeah, we were to go see a movie. We come out the movie, and dudes was like, yo, shorty, oh my God, shorty, yo, you beautiful. Yo, oh my, yo, you see how pretty she is.
Because
And then somebody else will turn right behind her and go, yeah, but she fat as a motherfucker too. She a big, you's a big. How my grandfather ranked each other out? He was like, how do all that weight hold up them? How them little old ankles hold up all that weight? She said, don't you have a birthday?
Little ankles.
Ain't your birthday with Jesus? They was rinking on each other, brother.
Nah.
And it wasn't funny? Like,
It was funny to me because I never had somebody I was with ring on my step.
He
my
said your
step
birthday
grandpa.
is with Jesus.
Yeah, ain't your birthday with Jesus? Like he was old looking and old, but
Oh, that's crazy.
she didn't care because she was used to. That's how she had to defend herself because she was so used to going back and forth with people.
living in the city, you probably had to learn how to defend yourself a lot.
Most likely. You got anything?
Without problem. I
Oh, let
remember
me
that.
tell you, in the city, when I was going to high school in Wingate, we used to have ranking contests. We used to sit around at the lunch table and
Rank your ass out.
and rank you out. Your mama jokes, all
Yeah.
kinds of things. But
I sucked at that stuff, man.
I know.
but
I
that
would
was,
only think about it, how to respond, like, way after.
I know.
It took me a while to realize that the person that knows how to rank on you is because they thought about it way before they started getting into it.
No, sometimes
Like, they already know what they're to say.
No, sometimes my joint is spontaneous.
It really
right
is.
off the top of
It's
the
fun.
head.
You just look.
Sometimes
yeah, you
right
develop
up
a
the top
talent
of the
like that.
head.
Yeah. You develop because when somebody says something to me and then I gotta respond, I can't because one, you're shocked at that moment, and then two, it's hard for you to think about what to say back.
you see, for me, it's the same way. Especially with me, when you do your mama jokes, I gotta pause for a moment because
You take it personal.
sometimes I do. Sometimes I do.
Like,
And I mean, not now, but back then, yeah, because I was very, very highly protective of my mother. I was like a mommy's boy. And there wasn't nobody talking nothing about my mom, and I would get angry.
But did they see your moms to say that, or they just saying that?
Well, no, they were just saying it because it was a ranking. You were ranking each other, so your mama jokes came in it too.
Your mama had to be in a joke. Your mama had to be in a joke.
They had your mama jokes.
Now the worst one was when they used to mess with your clothes, and I never had. Like, I lived in the city, and I never had like decent, great looking clothes. I never had like Air Jordans. I would always my parents would always get me the imitation of that. Like I had imitation Jordans.
Let me ask you a question.
Well,
Remember Mets? Was it Mets? Did your mama give you, when you asked for a pair of Adidas, they had 4 stripes, and the socks that match had like 19 red, blue, orange, red, blue, orange. No, you never had that?
I can't remember forever. I just remember that I just never wore what was in fashion back then.
You see, back then when I was coming up, like what was in fashion was Pro-Keds, Adidas, and Converse.
Yeah.
That was it.
I remember Air Jordans.
Pumas.
First came
And
out with
Puma.
Jordans.
And Pumas, yeah.
Yeah, by the time Jordans came out, I still didn't care about no Nikes. I was so busy. It took me a while to get to this with the sneaker trend, because I was still hear that. My Adidas walk through, you know what I mean? So when I go to the store, my first thing was Adidas.
Nah, yeah.
Adidas. But then back in the days, them Pumas with the suede on it.
Oh, those were the joints.
Man, listen. The
Those were the
red
joints.
ones,
Those
the
came out.
dark blue, the black,
Yeah,
all that was hot.
it was hot.
So remember the sharp skin pants? Remember BBDs?
Oh, heck yeah.
The nylon
Heck
t-shirts?
yeah. And Playboy shoes.
Yes, sir.
With the gummy
You
bottoms.
missed all that.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
Nah, I didn't
still
miss
in
all
the
that.
That's
nutsack.
out of your generation.
Yeah,
though,
you
man.
still in the nutsack.
Shut up.
You was
I'm
not
young,
juice.
Younger than
You was not juice. Y'all was not juice.
Yeah,
Back
keep
in the
talking.
days, we used to wear the shark skin pants with and we used to have, they call them manadors. Manadors was like when you had the buttons here and you flip over and you button, you had like going here and they shark skin.
Yeah.
And you had on a pair of those, you be pimping. You be
the
like
hell are they?
you be like the
Matadors?
man in the block,
Get
yo.
a Kango. Gotta get a Kango. Gotta get the beaver Kango.
Beavers. I had a
With some
beaver.
baby oil in
I had a
it.
pair of underoos.
Okay.
Bro, it's bringing up under.
Yeah.
I wore some Lottos once.
Those are the stuff that I remember my mother buying.
Lottos?
Lottos, I remember Lottos. I remember
Lottos.
people used to steal the Lottos.
The Lotto, yeah.
That's the thing.
You ever had a pair of kangaroos with the pockets? Yeah.
I already think that was cheap.
They
Lottos, I think, were cheaper.
They was chasing
British
them
Knights,
from
Lottos,
school.
and
Yo,
Kangos.
once
He had
I
on
would
Lottos
do- I
and
don't care
Kangos.
what
They
you
was
said,
chasing
I
them
would not
home.
wear them.
They weren't chasing me home.
He had on
actually
Lottos and kangaroos. They was chasing them home.
No, I never got chased at home. But like, I just tell you, I do remember people getting robbed back when I was a kid.
For the kangaroos?
Remember, like there was a time where they would steal Lottos. For some reason, they would take. I don't know. I forgot what it was. They would take a certain thing off of your sneakers.
The Lotto emblem. They were
yeah.
stuck by Velcro.
Yeah. They would take
They
those.
did.
They was doing
Or the
that.
Lee jeans. Remember the Lee patches? They would just take the Lee patches.
They was doing that in the hood. I remember in the hood, we had a couple of gangs. We had a gang called
Roll
the
Stompers,
Jolly
Tomahawk.
Stompers, the Jolly Stompers, Tomahawks, and the Mau Mau's. They was always. They was
I
always,
really think it was the Tomahawks that probably came to my school.
They was always fighting. Always. Had fights. But it was them. The Jolly Stompers would roll up on you and be like, yo, run them sneakers. And you'd be like, nah, man, I want my sneakers, man. Yo, run them sneakers, yo. They make you take your sneakers off.
Or run. Or fight.
Word. Or fight, run, or get ripped off. One of the
We
two.
went from ugly women to ugly fat women to ugly, just ugly, whether you fat or you ugly.
I just wanted to say something.
Ugly
Fat.
don't mean, fat
But-
don't mean ugly.
Yeah, I wanted to
I
say
didn't
that. I
say
wanted
fat
to
men
clarify.
ugly. I said we went from ugly women to fat women to fat ugly women to pretty ugly fat women. I mean the pretty fat women and the there's no pretty and ugly. So we had ugly fat and ugly regular, and we had pretty fat.
All right,
and
bro, we don't-
just fat.
We don't need to tell the customer. I'm pretty sure when
You
somebody
put them in
listens, they know where
categories.
they're going.
I'm just saying. You not talking when they chase you off from school. How many lunch tickets you got taken for somebody saying, "Let me see that lunch ticket"? What color is it? Because I don't know if I got the same one. As soon as you put up your lunch ticket, they went, "Give me that."
Yeah.
You wasn't in the back.
No, I didn't. You know what? It was my. The
You
people I
brought
used to
your
hang
lunch.
out. No, all right. I'm gonna be honest.
You
You brought your lunch.
No. I used to eat lunches. Well, no, I used to hang out with people who were tougher than me. Like, so I wasn't like, I wasn't just. I never got chased away from school. I never had a bully situation because I had people who were around me who was tough. I'm be honest with you. I even handled myself. So it wasn't like. But at the same time, I don't
Whoever
remember.
got robbed in here before?
Rob, I had that all you find, all you keep.
I ain't never been wrong.
I don't remember
All you
getting
find,
robbed.
all you keep. That's all I got.
No.
Like robbed, like somebody broke into
I'm
your apartment house. Or something?
No,
Or-
like give me
or
that.
Came up as
No, like give me that. That too. Let me get that also. No.
Let me tell you.
So I'm the only.
I was.
So I'm
when
the
I-
only one that need a karate class.
No. When I was growing up, I was a little kid. I wasn't big. I'm not a big man, and I was a little kid. And I used to get, dudes would come up to me and be like, "Yo, what you got? You got any money on you?" Be like, "No, I ain't got no money." They be like, "Yo, all I find, all I keep." They start want to tap your pocket.
Oh, I forgot something else. Too.
Let me tell you, I learned how to run.
Also, I lived in Spanish Harlem, and the other thing I forgot to say is that my father was a well-known, like he was intimidating in my
He's
area.
a pimp.
He wasn't a pimp, but he was. I don't know what he
was
did
a
in his
simp.
past,
He was
but every
a
time
gangster.
because every time I mention, or if people would know who I was by my father, they'd be like, "That's Johnny's kid."
You look nothing like him either.
Yeah, whatever. But anyway, so well, he was a white-skinned Puerto Rican, but
Blood test.
yeah. So a lot of I didn't get messed around a lot like that.
Listen, I was
Lucky
coming out
you,
of
I did.
271 John F. Coleman Junior High School, and I was with my mans he right here walking with me. 3 dudes come out like when we went to go through the front, which is packed. I had my brand new ones on.
Brooklyn?
Yeah, I wasn't going through there. So I said, let's go around. Because if you go around, you come right
You
out.
was in Brownsville area, right?
Brownsville, Ocean Hill, Brownsville, Bedford Stuyvesant a
Yeah,
little bit.
no wonder Brownsville. I didn't
So-
go to Brownsville.
Three dudes are like, yo,
Man, never
ain't my cousin in the park? I look in the park, I don't see no basketball. I look over, I don't see no handball playing. So I go look over at my man, dude jump around my neck, bang.
What?
So I'm hitting him, he hitting me, I hit him, hit me, I got him, now I'm hitting him, now his man hitting me. So every time his man hit me, I tried to murder. When I hit him one time and I felt him just let go, I wanted to see his soul come. I hit him, so you ever been curling the weight and the weight got heavy and you the only one that knew you fought it, or everybody heard it but they wasn't sure which one of us did it. I fought punched him. I tried to kill this monkey because dude hit me so hard one time. I said, oh, okay. I was trying. I bit his
going
neck.
after the most.
Yo, so when the both of them couldn't handle me, a third dude kicked me in my back. Boom, my leg went up. So now I'm looking at my man. I call him. Tussle. See him again. Tussle. I look up. He ghosts. He's straight gone.
And he left you?
Left me. No one seen where he went. It was like he was part alien, and they went to put the crystal and all that bad stuff in your
In my
body.
neighborhood, you do that, you gonna get.
Yeah, of course we got into
You
it.
can't run on a homeboy.
Of course you get into it. So my little man Vernon caught my sneaker.
Yeah.
He fighting the kid. Big dude grabbed Vernon, slammed him up against the wall. Vernon hit the wall, dropped my sneaker. So I said, all right, I roofed the other one. Because he was coming out of the cafeteria, so the cafeteria roof was low. You know how you got the regular, then they got a little extra doorway thing. So I roofed it. Went home, I had to start another pair. I get to the block. I see my man that ran on me. He said, oh, what happened? I let him get real close. Mop! I hit him so hard. Yeah, I tried to kill him too. And then one time I was in the subway.
Because you don't run on your homeboy.
Yo, he ran, bro.
You don't do that.
Matter of fact, he ran where I couldn't see him run. Because I seen him. I looked up the third time and was like, I know there was a Negroid standing there.
You gonna stand there
And
with
was
your
he
homeboy, or
built
you
to
gonna take
handle
the
it?
same
Nah, it
path?
wasn't the fact that he was built or nothing. It was the fact that
He ran on you.
I wouldn't have ran
He
on
ran
him.
on him.
I'm
Yeah,
just saying, was he
and-
built enough to handle himself? Like
It was
sometimes
three of them and two of us. I could see us winning.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I mean,
But he ran on you.
Bruh, I used to go to the same school for the summer, right? Get the summer lunches. So now, me and my cousin and my brother and my other cousin, so these two cousins are brothers. And me and my brothers are brothers, which don't make no sense for me saying that. But the two little ones, what we would do was we get out, put an apple in our pocket, our juice, our snack, whatever, and we eating on whatever we eating on. So when the big kids come, yo, what you got for lunch? Yo, one time we was looking, they ran. His big brother and my little brother ran. Alright? So when he ran, I'm in the doorway and I'm trying to yank the door, but open the door, because I'm thinking, why is there like 10 dudes trying to steal two little dudes' lunch? It don't make no sense. It was savage back then. Like when people used to walk up to you and what I learned about that as I got my sneakers taken was anybody that was like, yo, what size you wear, had to get snuffed. Anybody that put their feet next to mine to measure see if they could fit in the same sneaker, had to get snuffed. Because I was like, I'm not gonna be in the business to just keep getting my sneakers taken. You know what I mean?
Word. Yeah.
I got with the gunpoint. The dude had the gun, so he going through everything. He found like 5 Lucy's, 2 tokens, and I don't know what else I had. But that was the G was like, this is all you got? I was like, yeah, were you serious? Like the whole neighborhood is poor. Like you ain't in the rich neighborhood trying to rob somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You in the poor neighborhood, the neighborhood where you live in, and you robbing people.
check out.
Nevertheless,
Look behind you. Look across the street.
what about across the street?
Oh my God.
You see the ankle, the whole swole.
What's wrong?
That was bad, right?
Ooh,
My man had gorilla legs, bro.
ooh.
Nah, I was just the only thing because we were talking about obesity and stuff like that, fatness, and I was just like, I just saw a regular dude, and his whole calves was just
Right.
It looked like it was just like, but it looked like as if he probably lost weight but it all kind of like went down here, went down to his calves.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. You lose all the weights and the weight just go all the way down.
like Popeye, like Popeye.
I was gonna say that. Look like Popeye.
Look like Popeye. The stupidest thing you ever heard. You should see whatever you see. That's stupid. Mike. Yeah, it's the stupidest thing, but that's what we saw. So whatever. Yeah. So again, we going all over the place with the conversation.
No, we not.
We kind of started off with talking about but I just wanted to just reiterate, like the brother said before, it's like just because someone's heavy set or overweight doesn't mean that they're ugly.
You can lose weight,
but there's also different types of ugliness. There's ugly inside, ugly, physically ugly or mentally ugly. And one of the brothers was, mentioning, how some, I forgot what we were talking about, but what was it? I lost train of thought, man. I really lost train of thought on this one.
We were talking, ugly inside, or ugly outside, pretty inside or pretty outside.
All right, yes. All right. So one thing I wanted to bring up, there was a woman that I was working with, and she was actually much older than me. She was probably like in her 50s, 60s when I was in my 20s, and this is like when I just became Muslim and everything, and she wasn't attractive, but as soon as I learned that she knew how to. She memorized the whole Quran and she can actually speak Arabic. Suddenly I wanted to marry her. Like I would have married her. And she wasn't that attractive. So again, it's just your personality, it's all about your personality. You're not beautiful on the outside, work on the inside. I think one of the things I wanted to bring up about I think one of the reasons why a lot of attractive women have ugly personalities, one thing that my daughter told me, women act stink because that's a defense technique for them to, weed out all the weak men. Like, they'll act nasty.
That's corny.
That's
you know
what my
why?
daughter.
But you know why that's corny? Because you gonna pass up on somebody's good by you acting stupid.
That's why they get all the bad guys, all the bad boys, because the bad boys are brave enough to go through all that. It's, she described it. That's why they get the jerks, because the jerks are willing to pass through all that stank attitude and stuff like that.
And then what about the women who like bad boys?
Well, and that's another reason why I was wanted to say. It's like I think the other thing is pretty women. They go. One of the reasons why their personality is probably not a lot of attractive looking women or even attractive looking men is because they don't have to work on their personalities because everybody's already coming at them. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like free advertising. Once you see their face, you don't really care what they're about.
Yeah, but if you got a pretty face and you got a messed up attitude, I don't want to deal with you.
Yeah, but at the same, so you don't want to deal with them. You don't want to deal with
somebody
them.
Is going to put up with it, yeah, but that's another thing too.
And
if she's pretty, and you 6'7", 5', 6'7", whatever, or barely anybody ever tell you an 8, whatever the case might be, and you walking with her, or when you're not walking with her, you're always having a fear that everybody else is trying to holler at her.
Yeah, but it's just a reality. It's just a reality. A lot of women, you could probably talk you blue in the face that it's not what you are on the outside, it's what you are on the inside, but. If they're constantly getting attention from men, they don't have anything to work on. Like if women were coming, knocking on your door every time you walked out, you wouldn't have to work on anything. You wouldn't even have to work on how much money you make, because women would just want you. This is what women are going through. A lot of men, they could be poor, and then next the guy would pay for everything. You know what I'm saying? There's men thirsty enough to do all that. So it's just the same thing with guys. That's one of the reasons why a lot of people don't work on the inside when they're attractive on the outside. They just they don't need to. But
they feel they don't need to.
They feel they don't until things get rough. But I'll be honest with you. I love my daughter, but I really believe she's got. I call this. Somebody told me this a long time ago. It's sometimes beauty can be a curse because they never get their issues resolved because there's always somebody bailing them out. Some people. Like for instance, my daughter's situation. She breaks up with somebody, because, she, whatever happened, next somebody else is knocking on her door. You know what I'm saying? She's, it's just
very attractive.
Yeah, she's, she gets that kind of attention, but her issues never get resolved. She's always with the same type of dude, and it's because, that's what happens.
It starts up here.
Yeah, I try to tell her, I even try to tell her, like, why don't you stay away from getting in a relationship? Why don't you just let that go and concentrate on yourself? Yeah. That don't work. I don't know why. I guess it's like I guess I have to think like a person that gets.
I'm not a psychologist or anything, a mind doctor or anything, but I know that people, I've heard that people who have to be in a relationship, that it's something that they have to do, it's because they're not happy with themselves, being by themselves. See, me, you, Musa.
Oh, she said that before. Matter of fact, she has that with her mother. Says the same thing. Like they can't stand being by themselves.
They can't stand themselves.
But I can't stand being by myself. But I have no choice. I'm not appealing enough where people are just like, I'm walking down the street and people just want me.
Me personally, I'm a Gemini, so I switch off. There's times when I really truly appreciate being by myself. I get off on what I do, like read, study martial art, train, whatever I'm feeling at that moment to do. And then there's those times when I think, damn man, I wish I had some company. Shit, let me go hang out with Musa, cause I'm bored. And so yeah.
But there's nothing like I have to say, as a heterosexual man, even someone who just attracted to anybody, there's nothing like having the attraction, having a companion of someone that you're attracted to, or that you want to be with. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, that complements you in every your lifestyles.
See, it's kind of scary for me now at this age because it was mentioned once before. I think you mentioned it, brother, about how when you get older, you start to get set in your own way. You have your own rituals. You have your own pattern that you live by. Things you do when you wake up in the morning. Things you do before you go to bed at night. All throughout the day. And sometimes we get into these relationships as an older man now that I'm having difficulty with that because I'm so set in my ways. I have a ritual that I do every morning. If I got a woman living in my house with me, she might want to make morning whoopee, and that morning whoopee is going to take away from what I should be doing in every morning on my spiritual, working on my spiritual body, my spiritual self, and so we have to really be careful and choose the women that we want to be with wisely. That is one of the things.
And that's why another reason why I brought up that conversation is about the whole ugly women. Is just basically somebody that hit me up not too long ago. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I was messing with this person a while ago. What won me over with them is that they knew how to give massages. Like no lie, I had a bad my leg was really bad. My left leg was really bad, and they gave me literally a whole three to 4 days. Non-stop, because I was working at home, so they would massage this leg, deep tissue massage, to the point that my leg felt like it was better. Like it feels much better than it was. I feel like they healed me.
Acupressure. Right?
Yeah, but it was just deep. She just consistently healed, massage, and would not stop. Just keep massaging the parts that was aching, and like when she was done, I felt much better. Like even to this day, I think it's much better than it was.
Does she have a body?
She has a body if you like big women.
You like big women?
I like big women, but
okay, so she has a body to you then, right?
Yeah, she has. But
you have a relationship with her, right?
We get along.
No. Did y'all have relations?
We get along. We
did y'all have naked clothes?
I'm not gonna go into it, but what I'm saying
y'all do the funky.
I'm not gonna get into it. What I'm saying is
no, because if you don't like her now that she's ugly, but she was ugly, then you had sex with her.
Let me just say, she listen. The only thing that bothers me is I'm not attracted to her. That's just bottom line.
You're not attracted to her? She's not attracted to you?
No.
You're not attracted to her?
She's the one that hit me up, so obviously if she was,
So, but why?
She's the one that hit me up.
Why? Why are you not attracted to her?
Well, there's a couple of reasons. One, she's a smoker, like a consistent smoker. Like so, when
that could be a turn on.
That's a definite. And like I mean, one time when she was in my house, so even though she was healing my legs, my whole house, my apartment smelled like cigarettes.
And even you're not a smoker, so you can smell it. Really.
And then what's even worse, because I remember she came over before, and she would smoke on the porch, which I didn't like. I didn't want my neighbors to know, but like she would come back in and would still smell like cigarettes, you know, because it's not going away just because you're smoking outside.
No.
So one thing that definitely, and she would smell like cigarettes. So it was, you know, that, and she also, she was like, you know, there were certain habits. Like, I'm not a big TV watcher. She'll watch it back to back.
TV, I love TV.
Yeah, she'll watch certain programs on Netflix like back to back. She eats very unhealthy. She's not healthy conscious. So I couldn't, you know. So those are the qualities, you know. And I like right now, it's like she wants to come over, and I'm kind of feeling like, you know, maybe I should actually break it down to her and be like, listen, we had fun, but I don't think I want to repeat this thing again.
Give me the microphone, man.
So yeah, I'm smacking his microphone because this brother had he had his little stand-up comedy hour for like majority of this podcast, and I'm just trying to.
I had a pretty sister once, and every time I would go to her house or go to see her, became Muslim, wound up becoming a wali to her sister.
Mm-hmm.
She knew she was pretty, and all the walis that was walis to her was trying to wali her because she looked waliable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she called me one day. She said, "Brother Musa, why haven't you tried to hit on me?" I said, "Why should I? My duty is to be over you as a guardian, like a father figure, brother figure."
Wally, yeah.
She was like, "Well, all the other brothers said that because I'm beautiful, they wanted me." I said, "Beauty fades. I'm looking for somebody that's righteous." She was so stunned, like just stunned.
Mm-hmm.
But then it was things I couldn't do that she needed help with financially. I couldn't do, so I wound up letting somebody else be her wali. And as soon as that happened, they tried to holler at her. Oh man, stuck in his old ways. Possible. It happens. Happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
I already told you I got robbed twice, so I ain't holding back nothing. The thing is that I used to get up in the morning, sweep, mop the floor, wash the dishes, clean out the bathroom every day. Now that I'm with somebody, the only thing I don't do is the dishes. Like I'll get up, sweep, mop, scrub the bathroom, but she does the dishes. But that's only because she does it better than me, because she sees better than me and thinks I need to. But the only thing I don't like is she puts stuff up, and I can't find
What do you mean
it.
put stuff up?
Bruh, like, okay, my counter was just full of all my stuff. If I needed to get to it, or whether I was using it or not, it was out on the counter. So she put stuff in drawers and in cabinets and stuff
See,
like that.
Here's the thing, though.
And you can't find it.
I couldn't find it because she packed the drawers.
This is what I wanted to say about this. Majority, first of all, in a lot of relationships that I've seen with men our age or older, they've done relationships where the woman lives. You still have your place. The woman has her own place. You come link up, and then when you guys are done with each other, you go back to your own places. Maybe she might stay over, maybe you might stay over her place. But none of you guys try to break the routine each person.
Living together.
You know, so
under
that's
roof.
yeah. So that's one thing. But if you're living together, there has to be a compromise. You know. But you would have. That's where communication comes in.
After about the third time or the fourth time of her doing that, I explained to her why it would be important for me to know. Because now, every time something happens, I'm blaming you. Why you figure it's me?
Yeah.
Because I knew where it was at before you got here.
You imitate her voice perfectly.
Bruh, she used to always, but then I had to realize too, because having a rough way about you when you're around somebody that's super sensitive. See, now I think more. Now I listen more. Now I pay attention more.
Because you got older.
It was a dude one day, he told me, said, I was married to a sister in Atlanta, Georgia. He told me, said, she shouldn't expect you to think like her, and you shouldn't expect her to think like you. I said, what you mean? He said, one day you're going to come home and she's going to be mad at you. And you ain't not going to understand why. But when she could have simply said, babe, you forgot to take out the garbage. You better take it out now. Today's the last night. She won't. She'll just be mad for whatever reason in her head. Because she don't know.
Just automatically know.
Thought about it for 20 minutes.
You should automatically know.
You supposed to me. But then to us, what we say as a man? I ain't no mind reader. If you told me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So what I do, I write stuff down. I write your birthday down. I write your height, your size. I get to know a person. I get to learn a person. I get to know if they got kids. I ask a lot of questions because I was told that I could never date nobody with the same blood disease I have, which is sickle cell. I have a sickle cell anemia trait, and if I date somebody like that,
because it's getting up to the hour,
they would have it too. But yeah, John chewing on nuts again and making circular fingers with his fingers. I'm not quite sure what that means, but I moved my chair from him because he got all his teeth and he looked like he chewed real hard. Anyway, anybody?
I ain't got nothing to say after he talks about chewing on nuts and stuff.
I eat, bro.
Anyway, I'm just saying we're just coming up to the hour. The close. Did you want to say anything, Weston?
No, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to end it with this one thing that beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, and if you're with an ugly person, the society calls ugly, you don't see them as ugly, you see them as beautiful because you're the beholder. Keep on keeping on with that.
Yeah.
Because everybody is not meant to be a glamour queen or gorgeous knockout, drop dead, beautiful and
I've
all
been
that.
with plenty of ugly women that treated me like king ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Yeah. So,
Plenty of them.
Keep it real out there, and try to be real with people. One love.
All right. So yeah, I'm chewing on candy, not balls.
Nuts.
So I don't know why I'm doing
Nuts.
it. You
You want to close out?
say something only because like I'm chewing on candy.
He got nigga, nuts in the mouth. He got the nuts in the mouth. Yeah, like a 90s, 80s rapper. I agree with him because sometimes you can be with somebody that looks disgusting and they treat you so good, and the fact that because you became shallow all of a sudden, or we think we look better than anything that they would ever possibly be with, or whatever the case might be, we mistreat them and leave them alone. And then when you get with the cutie or the pretty one, and then she treated like doodle, and you be missing the one that, but the fact that she was ugly, it will bother you, so it's confusing. He's reaching his hand out.
Oh my God. So pretty women take note. You never know what ugly guy that's hitting on you might be the guy that treats you the best.
Might be packing.
He might be packed. This is physical. I'm talking about mental.
Might have money.
Might have. Well, even if he has money, just think about. Do you want somebody to treat you nice? Do you want somebody to be, treat you decent? And so it goes both ways. This topic was, reflecting mainly on women, only because we're men talking about women. But I know women out there probably think of the same thing, probably go throughout the same thing, and probably reflect upon the same thing. So right now, this is a podcast that we're just working on it, honing our skills, perfecting our abilities. As you can tell, the conversation was kind of like everywhere. It did start out with something and then went tracked off to other things. So we're going to try to build a more structured format. And we're going to try to keep it to at least 60 minutes, which is an hour. So right now, what I'm doing is just filling up the time. So just remember to tune into our John and Aquarius podcast. I'll be trying to post up as much as I can. I'm trying to do a specific date, but lately I've been just posting up all the ones that we've been working on. So again, it's the John Aquarius podcast, and it's going to be the John and Musa hour. The name might be subjected to change only because I can't do an hour every time. But so we were working on it. So again, thank you for tuning in, stopping by. Leave a comment below. Press like, share if you like. Things of that nature. Again, so this is John. We had my brother Musa, and even though we might say things about each other, we're just messing. And then Basim comes in, and the location is Endicott, New York. We're at the Asian market.
Shit, I don't want to get robbed. You know how people, the rappers, they leave their info, or you get to see their stuff on the bag, or you read the location from the Snapchat. Next you know they did it. I don't want that.
You don't want. Well, it's all right. So
Washington Ave from Monroe to North Street, between Monroe and North, Shahi Jamshed's Halal Meat Store.
Yeah, it's called the Crown. What's it called? The Crown.
I don't know. It's something corny because the chicken place is Crown Fried Chicken, so it's Crown Mini Mark. Or
Crown Mini Mark.
He likes crowns, but he got a big head. He probably can't even fit a crown with that big ass head he got.
He's looking at us right now talking about
I
it.
ain't got nothing to say, big head.
So, you know, and it might not always be a specific topic, because I really wanted to keep it more on the entertainment. Yeah, I'm stumbling, but, you know, so I just want to keep it entertaining. You know, just gobbling on nuts and things like that. So thank you for tuning in. I'm just trying to make it up to 60 minutes. See you. Thank you. Bye-bye.